Good morning and welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina. Happy Friday, Tina. How are you doing?
It is Friday. I'm very excited this week that it's Friday for some reason because I feel like our weeks are getting so long, and I don't know if it's because I have like a long list of things to do every single week, but I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. You're getting to that place, right? As an entrepreneur, we should never feel that way. But yes, like there's been a lot. I mean, it's been a month already, these last 2 weeks. And it is Friday, but I think part of what's got us exhausted is we're probably needing a little bit more movement in our day, which is why we brought on.
Goodness that we brought on Conni Ponturo, our resident health our resident, what is she? What?
I think she's going to be our resident mover and shaker.
Right? Oh, I like that. Our resident mover and shaker. She gets us out of our seats, off of our butts, so we don't get Zoom butt. She has an amazing new program that she's going to let us know today. She's going to show us some little techniques and maybe help you get a little less butt in your Zoom.
Ooh, less butt in your Zoom. There you go, Tina. That was a mic drop. Connie, how are you?
I am excellent. I'm so happy to be here. It's Friday, and today is the day for vitamin M.
What's vitamin M?
Vitamin M. Oh, thank you for asking. It's movement. That's the vitamin we all need. Vitamin M. We need vitamin D. We need that sunlight. Helps fight inflammation, and we need vitamin M. Movement.
I love that. I love that. I've actually seen that in some of your marketing, that vitamin M. I'm like, that's sticky. That is absolutely sticky. Well, Connie, I know we're going to have a really fun show with you today. It is Friday. We're going to go out with a really big bang, and there's a lot of excitement going on. But let's back up before we get all into the movement, because you, my darling, are one of my favorite stories of reinvention. Like one of my fairy tale stories of 2020. And I know it hasn't been a fairy tale, but as far as somebody who took this opportunity and just made a really quick decision. And remember, the universe loves speed. You made a really quick decision
that week
to pivot. And I loved what you've done. But I think part of what I also love, and not to steal your thunder, but that it hasn't been perfect. And not to say, yay, I'm glad it hasn't been perfect for you. But the fact that it hasn't been perfect gives the rest of us hope and inspiration.
I like how people just do things. And for the longest time, you guys know that I am a recovering perfectionist. And for the last year and a half since I have met Angel, and I've known it before, but having her in my head all the time and, seeing her every single day, done is better than none. Done is better than none. Done is better than none. And I keep going, no, but it's not perfect. Done is better than none. I'm like, okay. I feel like she's right here. You always have that little angel and the little devil.
Done is better than perfect. Isn't that how it goes?
She is my little angel talking to me. Done is better than none. Done is better than none. And so you just do it. And one of the best things is that when I see Angel's course online, I was like, and not that, because your course is fabulous.
Your course sucks, Angel.
It wasn't in your head as a coach and as an entrepreneur and as somebody who wants to launch a new course or whatever, you have these things in your head. It has to be 20 to 30 minutes long. You have to have worksheets. It has to be this huge production. You have to have the right camera, the right lighting, the right this. I have to buy a new camera, which is $1,000. I have to buy new lighting, which is this. I have to go into a production studio and do all this stuff. You don't need all this. And that is why I absolutely adore Connie, because she was like, you know what? I don't need any of this stuff. As you grow, yes, now, most of us have ring lights, and now most of us have cute backgrounds, and now most of us kind of know what we're doing now. But if we would have waited, like some of the people out there watching who still haven't gotten on Facebook Live, who still haven't created their course, who still haven't pivoted their business to online, you're still waiting. You're still waiting for that perfect opportunity.
let's give some background, Connie, to where you were pre 2020. How, let's introduce you to our audience. Those who may not be as familiar, they may not be as familiar to you as we are. Let's give them a little bit of background about what you were doing and your experience in this space.
Yeah, sure. So this is my Pilates studio, and earlier, January last year, everybody wants to work out. I'm ready to go. So we were busy. I had teachers here. We had classes going. We had privates going. There was a lot of activity. And then, of course, the world shut down. And so this has been my studio. And it would be crickets in here had I not done something. And I think it was that. I was like, everyone was like, well, some people thought it was going to be a couple months and stuff like that. And just like, I don't know. And I was like, I couldn't take that as an answer. I was just like, no, there's got to be something I can do. This is what I do. I help people move their bodies. People are not going to move their bodies at all. And I was just like, what could I do? What could I do? What could I do? And it just hit me. Melanie, Wise Tribe helped me formulate and be able to do this. And I started sending out daily workout videos. And in the beginning, they were longer. Now they're 3 to 5 minutes. But it was just me talking to my camera. And it was, just me working out. And once we got that going, and then people were like, are you going to have classes? And then I started my virtual classes. And I just started snowballing from there. And it was fun. I had nothing. I had a light from my living room. I had my camera, and I had a $300 computer. And now it's, I'm trying to delete the old stuff because it was grainy, it would freeze. Of course, now I have, a whole new setup, but it would freeze. But people didn't care. I think that's what people need to know. People didn't care. I mean, I've been in this health and wellness space for 21 years and work with people in chronic pain. Pain is a big motivator. People will do anything to get out of pain. So it was like, I don't care how you show up, just show up. And that's all I needed to hear. And, the other thing is I started sending out these videos. And after, a while of sending out these videos, my team was like, I don't know if anyone's watching these videos. Do you still want to do them? I'm like, yep, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. And the other thing is I pushed the button on record when I started doing my workouts. So now, and you don't even know what that means. You're like, well, it's like your show, over 200 shows. You just don't know what that means. And all of a sudden, for all of these years, I have wanted to have a membership site. I've wanted to do online. I just didn't know how to do it. I didn't have, where am I going to find the time and the resources? And it was always, okay. And all of a sudden it was in my face. And I said, if not now, when are you going to do it? And I'll tell you the barriers that I have had that stopped me, not am I good enough, but it was like, I'm not like a toothpick. I'm not, the gorgeous 20-year-olds you see on Instagram.
But Connie, let me just tell you, for somebody who has seen you in person, and when you keep on reminding me what the number is on your driver's license, you are a kind of a small person, and you are kind of a toothpick, and you look hella good for being the age that you are.
But you're not like all airbrushed, right? It's not like you are a real woman, right? Like you are a real woman living a real abundant life and a very healthy lifestyle with movement. And I think anybody who meets you and gets to know you and discovers, they're like, all right, like this is I can do me. I think that's an element too, Connie. Like how much of us feel ashamed of different parts of our body, and because it's not perfect, right? I might have a little something here, but when Connie goes and she's just Connie, like, okay, I can show up. I can show up too.
But you know what? So many people are, I think us women are especially like that, but so many of us, even the supermodel skinny little girls.
Oh, I know.
Or like, oh, but there's like this scar right here on my face, and there's this thing right here that I don't like. Everybody has something that they don't like, right? But Connie, you live in Southern California. California has been on lockdown since day one. Like they are like strict lockdown type of thing. And there are so many Pilates studios, yoga studios, kickboxing studios that have closed their doors because they could not pivot, because they did not see the vision that you did that first week.
Yeah.
That first week, and you didn't even know if it was going to open. And now membership sites for yoga studios and for Pilates studios like yours are the biggest rage right now. Like all these little membership sites are like popping up left and right.
But Connie was the first. She was the
Connie
first to
was
market.
The first.
I was. And, you know, so many of my friends have called me from studios. What did you do? How did you do it? You know, I'm not good at this. I said, just so you know, I'm not good at any of that, or I wasn't good. Now I'm kind of good because, you know, when it's important to you, you get good at it.
Yeah.
I learned my phone. I learned my computer. And, you know, Melanie will tell you this. I, you know, upgraded to an Apple. I am like the most, I'm like, blah, but I'm going to learn this. And I spent time. My daughter has given me so many tutorials. Mom, here, I said, just slow it down. I'm writing it down, you know, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be
Step one,
gonna,
press power. Okay.
I'm telling you, we were there, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get how it works. I'm going to figure it out. And I did. And it's been so great. I love it. I'm like, okay, what's next? What's next for me? And so it's been, you know, it's been great. So for anybody out there who's not sure, do it anyway. You've got nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing. And if you don't ask, you will never know. You'll never know. So,
Connie, you've been the one who has helped me for the last 6 months get my movement on my arm because I tore my rotator cuff. I couldn't move my arm past this. And every week we would get on a Zoom call. She would record it and give me all these little exercises to do, hurting me. But now,
there she goes.
I
But
know
it's-
poor Tina would show up in so much pain, Connie.
like
And
I would
she
have a
was-
pillow. I mean, you guys know, I had a pillow underneath my arm. I was like in so after the thing, I'd be like, oh my gosh, my arm is killing me. In so much pain. And I didn't have to leave my house. We jumped on Zoom.
Right.
You know, I got these little bands to do, and I would do these little exercises in bed and all these kind of things that I had to do. And whew, but it works. I mean, it works. And you
did the work.
limited your business so you can do that online.
Right. And I have to say, you know, people have had, you know, lockdowns. We have been, as you said, in lockdown, and we are now the worst state out there. So there's no opening for us. There's no like, it's getting better. We see the light other than the vaccine. My husband got the vaccine last week. I'm going to be getting it in a couple weeks. So other than that, which is great. But it's like, we are still locked down and will be so. And so it's the small things you do day in and day out that make a huge difference. And you know, what's so funny is people are a little bit, after a year of walking, my clients are like, oh, I can't walk around the neighborhood. I said, then drive somewhere else. Go to another neighborhood. Don't stop walking.
Different scenery.
Yeah, we need different scenery. We need different eyes. We need to look differently.
Well, another new little thing, and I keep saying that Angel was the trend maker for this because in February she bought a Peloton, and now everybody I know has Pelotons. And I'm like, I want a Peloton.
Well, you know, I think one of the things with that, right, similar to what Connie has created, is she has created this virtual, like you can be there without having to go, right? You know, somebody was like, well, is it exact? I miss being around. Is it like being around and in a club? Like, no, it's not. Like, life is not like that anymore. But we have to get out and move. And so, Connie, you came up with this really, so I mean, then we're getting like this whole transition. She has really done in 9 months what some businesses will take 3 to 5 years to create. So not only did she create these online videos and was doing them every single day and created all of this content that takes, many of us years to do. She created a membership program, and and it just like has continued to snowball. She launched something which seemingly you're like, oh, let's move 5 times a day, right? Like, here's this really simple thing that people need to do. And you created an incredibly, like, this huge production operation on the backside to launch this. Talk about the 5-minute fitness challenge.
Okay, so it happened on your show. Someone was talking and he was like, I guess I could have 5 minutes. And I was like, yeah, that's it. 5 minutes, 6 times a day gives you 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, yeah, I'm going to film that. Get Fit in 5 challenge. I'll make it a challenge for 21 days. Great. So I said, I'll launch it in January. So over the end in December, I started filming. And I started filming. I got a brand new rockin' camera that all the YouTubers are using, a Canon GX7, loved it. And I started shooting and my camera started shutting down. I'd shoot and the camera would shut down. And then
this new camera that you got?
Brand new camera. So I have a couple people that are, big photographers. I said, hey, listen, I'm having this issue. And they're like, have no idea. Take it to the camera shop. No idea. Luckily, my husband had a camera he wanted to give me originally, which would happen to be a Canon. So I knew how to use it. All right. So I switched to that camera, start using it. And then he futzes around with my camera and he changes the settings and we make it work again. But in the meantime, something that should be 30 minutes, maybe an hour to shoot is now taking hour after hour after hour after hour. Oh, through the holidays, every day I'm coming home, I'm like this. I'm like, it's going to be easy. My husband's like, that looks like it's good. No, it's going to be so easy. Don't worry. I know what I'm going to do. And it became a production, but I had put myself out there that I was doing this. I had pre-sold it, pre-launched it.
I have to do it now.
I have to shoot it. And I said, you know what? If I have to shoot it on my phone, I'll shoot it on my phone. Nobody's going to say, hey, is that on your, nobody cares. In the end, nobody cares. And I think that's it. You come up with an idea, it's challenging. I mean, how many times have you done that? I'm going to do a new program. I'm going to write this content. And all of a sudden you are like, oh my God, what was I thinking? And so my new buzz is a few things: mobility, flexibility, and strength. That's what we need to work on. And the other thing is the body's intelligence. I want people to realize the body is so amazing. So that's my new thing I'm writing about. The body is so amazing that it talks to you all day long. I'm thirsty. I need some coffee. I need to rest. I need to go to sleep.
I'm in pain.
I'm in pain. That's a big conversation, right? So are you listening to your body talking to you? Are you listening? And sometimes it's subtle, because I'll talk to someone who's been in chronic pain and I'm like, was there a time, did something happen? No, nothing happened. Nothing happened. No. Oh, something did happen. And then I'll get this story and I'm like, don't you think that had something to do with it? Yeah, you're right. I did have that pain in my back. I did have that. It'll go away. So we override it, right? From the ego mind, the brain goes, it's nothing. I'll get over it. I'm young, I'm old, whatever the story is. But the body doesn't have an ego. So the body's not, it's just talking to you flat. I'm in pain. I'm hungry. I'm tired. You're eating too much. You're drinking too much, whatever. And it has this conversation. Are we willing
to? My body ever tells me that I have too much coffee in my system.
Oh, mine does.
Oh, don't. It's shaky or a little wired. I'm sure everyone has a saturation.
Yeah, mine does. I'm like, yeah, I better stop.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock.
Conni, I'm doing this new thing. I'm doing this new thing for the year that, because I want to drink more water. I know that I need to drink more water. And so in between every cup of coffee or every, I'm drinking a glass of water. And, and so I've got my tumbler and I'm drinking water in between and adding more water. That's my baby step. Like it wasn't quite ready to like go cold turkey, but I can't have a second cup until
Now
until I
she
had my
drinks
water.
her coffee, and then she drinks her water, and then she has to go to the bathroom, and then she drinks her coffee, and then the water, and then she has to go to the bathroom.
I like that. In between your glass of wine, cup of coffee.
Yeah.
The
But
other
that's
thing
what
you
she's doing after 5 o'clock. It's water, wine, water, wine.
get a 64-ounce tumbler and just leave it on your desk. You know, a growler kind of
A
thing.
64-ounce tumbler of water and leave it on your desk.
And you can't, that day cannot go by unless you drink that.
Okay, how many times do you pee in a day, Connie?
I think also the more you drink and your body gets like used to all that water, the less you go to the bathroom. But that just
I'm gonna
convenient.
go to the bathroom. And that's why people don't drink water, especially men. I don't want to go to the bathroom. Like, really? Well, don't you always, everywhere I go, oh, there's a bathroom. Now that's hard because most of the bathrooms here are closed down. Like you can't go to the restroom. But so anyway, you got to think smart. But yes, you want to drink half your body weight in water. So you just want to drink 60. If you could do 60 ounces or 8, if you could do 8 bottles, 8 Arrowhead bottles on your desk, blah, 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 whatever kind of water, you know, then that'll give you a visual onto what you,
Well,
most
there's all these water bottles online that you can buy. That's 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and that's the water you need to drink. And by the end of the day, just like you do the fit in 5, by the end of the day, you have 30 minutes of working out. By the end of the day, you have 80 ounces of water that you just drink.
There you go. And most times when we're hungry, especially after you've had breakfast, you know, in like an hour, so you're like, oh, I'm kind of hungry. You're not really hungry. You're thirsty. Thirsty and hunger are on the same. A lot of times when you want ice cream, you're really thirsty.
I've heard that. When you go,
my body's telling me I need ice cream.
but I've heard, when you go to the refrigerator, right, get a glass of water, and that will curb a lot of that sensation.
It'll just, and you know, when you're busy, you're not going to the fridge. When you're kind of home and not really that busy, you know, I see my family just go, I said, nothing's going to appear that hasn't been there.
Right? I do the same thing. I go in there.
Hello. And it's like,
and they're like, do you think going back in there is going to have something like appear in your refrigerator? And I'm like, well, maybe I don't know what I want. And they're like, well, that means you're not hungry. I'm like, oh.
That's it. Because you know, when you're hungry, you'll eat a carrot. You're like, oh, that's okay. I'll have an apple. But when you're like, I don't want an apple. You're like, then you're not really hungry. Just wait a little bit.
Okay. So now this fit in 5, which seemed like, yes, you need 5 minutes of movement every day. And from the end user, for us to hear that from you, Connie, we're like, okay, I've got time for that. I can every hour. Our watch is already reminding us every hour to get up and move and to have some movement. So the reminders are built in, the notifications are built in. And then you've taken that one step further of giving us, you know, what do we do in those 5 minutes? But on your side, to create that.
Crazy. My notes were like, you know, because I didn't want to repeat. Obviously, I did repeat it so people would know it, but my notes were incredible. And then there are a couple of them when I said, and now we're at workout 4. And when I'm putting it in, I was like, damn it, that was really workout 5, blah, blah, blah. And so it's just, there's so much on the back end that you don't even realize. And then loading them in, we had an issue loading them in on the site to come out properly, and they didn't, and they went backwards, and you know, but boy, it's a learning curve. And had I never done that, had I never done any of that, I would have been like, I wonder what that's like. And I think that's when you have I wonder what that's like, you got to go do it. Even if it's totally bombs. Now I have to tell you, I'll do anything. I'm like, I'll try that. Okay, that sounds good. I have, my fear level is like, okay, I don't care. That sounds good. Let's do that. I work out everywhere. We do things. We were at the doctor's office and Matt's, and I was on the outside. My daughter's filming me from the inside. People are going by. It's fun. It's all good. I don't even care.
Connie, we have a question from somebody. They want to know what kind of supplements you should take as a middle-aged woman.
That's a great question. So I'm going to give you some suggestions personally.
Hold
I
on,
always say
I want to write this down too.
I'm not a doctor, nor am I a specialist. So this is my personal opinion of what I take. But I do work with a wellness doctor, and she's pretty specific. So take a great multivitamin. And you should go to a specialty store or online, for the quality of the vitamins are really, really important. Omega-3s, super, super important. Vitamin D, really, really important. If you're a woman, you should have calcium and magnesium. Calcium and magnesium at night, because why? It helps us sleep, and don't we want that? What else do I take? I take DHEA.
What is it? DHEA?
Yeah.
Okay.
And DHEA in this moment has totally slipped my mind what it is, but I will get back to you on that. Again, it's a list of what
It's a memory enhancement.
Yes, probably.
I will. I can look it up for
How much
you.
time it was a memory or a brain?
My doctor's like this online going, "Oy, oy."
Here it's it increases endurance, muscle strength, increases energy, decreases fat, boosts immunity. Yeah, it's also helps for when you're, because we're losing our hormones. Like it's really to help restore hormone efficiency.
There you go. And then I take bioidentical hormones. And I've been doing that since I was 47. I'm 65, as Tina alluded to my age. And you know what? At this point, because I'm 65, woohoo, I can get the vaccine. I'm like, oh, good with that. I'm totally good with that. But I've been on bioidentical hormones, which I think are huge. And that is estrogen, progesterone, testosterone in a plant-based form. So, and I get tested for that and stay up on all of that kind of stuff. But for me, that has been a game changer. Vital, feel great, sexual, happy, not grumpy. And the reason I started it is because at the age of 47, I was always, my kids were like, are you mad? I was like, no, I was just, everything was like, what? I was like, oh, I had no sex drive. It was just a bunch of not fun. And
a bunch of not fun, right? And as a woman, like that's really our prime. Like I think like when you get into your 40s, like you've been around the block, right? You've learned a few things, and then the body starts to like fight against you. I'm like, no.
And
Keep up.
45, from what I've been reading, 45 to 48 in a woman is their prime in life.
Yes. It is. It is. So that's why I was
sorry,
like,
Angel, you've already gotten out of that prime. Sorry, Jay.
Hey, no. You like, I think you hit it, but it doesn't like it just like goes out. Like you like peak, and so I'm still up here.
Okay.
Right?
You're just over the hill right now?
Yeah, I'm just over. Yeah.
it doesn't decline until you think it declines. Okay, so much of that is our mindset, right? I'm too old. I'm not attractive.
Too fat.
I'm not vital. I don't feel good.
I have these wrinkles right here.
Wrinkles.
Right.
Instead of flipping it to, oh my God, I feel fantastic. I feel vital. I'm alive. I love life. I want to be part of this world. I love that.
Conni, do you remember that little girl in the mirror, that video that went around? It was probably like 10 years ago. She's like, I love my life. I love my home. I love my hair. Do you remember that?
She was talking to her daddy?
That was you, wasn't it? Right? That was you as a little girl. Like that is totally, I've heard you. I'm like, I'm going to find that video because that is Conni as a little girl. That is Conni now.
That is so true. And I'm such, I am such a big believer. What you say matters. Your body, your brain, your intestines, your hormones hear everything you say. And when you talk trash, it is not good. Even like, oh, I'm just being silly. I'm like, especially being silly, don't say that.
Yeah.
I won't stand for it. I will not stand for it.
Yeah.
And on the same page of that, I just wrote an article for the paper that said, New Year, New You, ugh.
Wait, hold on. You gotta come back. I just wrote an article for the paper. What article and what paper did you write for?
Well, I write for our paper in this area, Woodland Hills, and this area surrounding it. And they always say, you know, because I do a lot of content for them, and they're like, what's your New Year's thing? I said, my New Year's thing is this. You don't have to be different in a new year. You don't have to go, and it's the new me. Because this last year, people have been struggling. And people are continuing struggling. For some reason, people thought 2021 was like, ding, ding, ding.
It was gonna like wipe everything clean, and 2021, January 1st at 12:01, the world was gonna be different.
Our restaurants are closed down. We
Like,
can't go.
it's the same.
It's the same thing. So, you know, people are like, oh, I can't do it. But you have to do it. You have to do it. So you put on those big girl panties, big boy panties, and you soldier on. So that really was my article was, so what do you do? I'm not a big believer in resolutions. 90% of people don't keep them, but I am a believer in 3 words. What are the 3 words to define you in your year going forward? And so my 3 are impactful, playful, and abundant.
Impactful, playful, and abundant. So one of the things that you've worked so hard this year, Conni, like you have, I mean, you hit the ground running, all of this production, everything, how you pivoted and shifted, you know, being that leader in your space. Now others are coming to you asking you, how do I do that? How did you? And you're now teaching others to take their studios online. You have worked really hard. And one of the things that you said 21 is going to be like more playtime, like more fun, more playtime. So I actually want to talk about that, but I want to mention our sponsors before we before we kind of get into like this next little phase of, you know, what's coming next for you, what's coming next for Conni. And as I said that, I have to find that. There it is. There's the beautiful little picture. So we're going to take just a quick little commercial break to say thank you to our sponsors. Thank you, Conni, for coming on this morning, being the bright start to our day. Always, I mean, when you're in Conni's presence, your entire energy shifts. Like she changes everything instantly. And so if you're feeling just a little down and like, I'm not moving, I need that, you need more Conni. She is our mover and shaker, but our sponsors of the Angel and Tina Morning Show are the Zandra TV Network. Zandra TV Network, also one of the forerunners. You're seeing everybody now come online saying, hey, we're on TV. We've got our show on TV. Zandra was at the very beginning, paving the way for entrepreneurs. She has an incredible incubator that teaches you how to be a producer of your own show and walks you through how, like, step by step. If you've ever thought about hosting your own show and taking that to the TV networks like Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, Android, Chromecast, schedule a discovery call with them by going to their website, beonztv.com. That's beonztv.com. Bliss by the Lake is our clothing sponsor. In fact, when Tina goes out and about, even to Starbucks, the baristas want to take her picture in the adorable outfits that she has gotten from Bliss by the Lake Boutique. They get new inventory in every single week. Follow them online, and they ship anywhere around the country. And they're just super fun. They're just super fun folks. Support your small business owners, especially those that have a brick and mortar storefront. They need our business. And we're so grateful for them to be a sponsor of the morning show. And then Sonic VA, right? Take your virtual assistant, and they are now helping you with your video editing and production. You know, if you're going to be hosting videos, and you should, YouTube is one of the most valuable places for you to put out your content, but it's the editing that takes so much time. So send it on over to Sonic VA. They will produce it. They will edit it. They put the keywords. They help you look like a rock star online. And when you mention the Angel and Tina Morning Show, they are going to give you a 10% discount off your first 5 videos. Go to sonicva.com/video and check out their new video assistant service. So many people are using them, raving about them. Put out content, fresh new content, quality content every single week, thanks to Sonic VA. Those are our sponsors. Super excited. And so, Conni, I want to make sure that we do a fit in 5 with you while we've got you today. But before that, let's talk about what's more fun mean. Like, what does that mean for you, Conni? Because where you go, I want to follow. Like, you are like one of my heroes.
All the fun.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I want to go to the beach more. I want to work less.
Don't we all?
This year, well, as you said, this year I hit the ground running. There was no downtime for me because I felt like I had to really stay on top of it to keep it all going. And now that it's all in place, still work, not work, but I think just have a little bit more downtime for me. I'm not a big downtime person, and I love my garden and I love my husband, and it'd be nice for us to have a little bit more time together, have a little bit more fun, and most of it has been me working. Just, I think, put myself a little bit more at the forefront. I mean, I'm pretty good about that, but again, just taking a step back, I don't have to push as hard.
You know, Connie, I was chatting with Ginny Trask yesterday, and Ginny does retreats, and one of Connie and I attended one of her fabulous retreats in Mexico and had a fabulous time, but she does in-person retreats. And we were chatting yesterday, and I'm a filler, right? If there's nothing in that space, I will fill it. That's just my natural bent, is to stay busy. And so I told her how this house has been a distraction for me. And she's like, well, Angel, that's your MO, right? You've got to put in, like, when is the downtime? You've got to schedule that. And there are some of us, Connie, that we do work, and we love what we do. And so it's really easy to get really wrapped up in it. We have to put really on that forefront our downtime, and to pull back and pull out.
Schedule it in your calendar. You need to put that in your calendar and use it as a color, like when I tell you.
Well, and we used to take these trips, and we'd have these, beach vacations that were built in. And of course, we didn't have any of that this year. And I think we're starting to feel the angst of that. And next weekend.
However, Angel, now you're close to the beach. So
I know next weekend we're going to the beach. We're going down to the Keys. I need to look at the water. I need to watch the ocean. I need to get my toes in the sand.
It's so pretty down there.
Yeah. So we're doing that.
It's so good. Connie, one thing that I want you to show people is you have a couple of little instruments, tools that everyone should have in their toolbox. What are those tools?
Hold on.
1 moment, please.
She's like, please hold. I will grab those.
Oh.
She's like, I have them right now.
Thank you. I have it right here. And you know what? Most people have them. That's how this all started. I started teaching my clients. They were like, oh, I have that. What do I do with it?
Yeah.
And people have had injuries, so they've gone to a physical therapist, orthopedic surgeons, or come out of surgery. And they're like, here's a pamphlet, and here's a TheraBand. And honestly, long ago with my clients, I said, come on, we're going to work out. Bring your toys and we'll work out. And I would take their phones, and I'm like, I'm going to talk to you, and I'd start filming them on their phones, because you're looking at your paper. Hold on. Nobody does it. The minute you have paper, you put it to the side. Mm-hmm. So long ago, I have always shot video. And then I said, now you can play your video. You can hear me barking orders at you. But with the TheraBand, one of the best, Tina has hers, one of the best instruments for rehab, but also for stretching. In my classes, in my virtual classes, I'll do different props. Some days I'll just do a flow class, but today I'm like, get your TheraBand. Everyone's like, hey, get your foam roller, get a ball, get a pillow.
I have a pink, of course, foam roller.
Of course you do. Of course you do. But so many stretches, bicep curls, you put step on it, you can do bicep curls. I have a lot of clients that travel a lot, so we'll do little exercise routines.
Look how small it is.
Yeah, it absolutely is perfect for travel.
In your purse.
Connie, do you sell these on your website? Do you have links?
I have links for them, yes.
Okay.
It does.
We got everything loaded. And then weights.
If you go on to Amazon, you'll see all these things, and then you're like, I don't know which one to get. Right. So she has made it very simple for all of us to pick the right products.
Yes, and weights, 3 to 5 weights. If you're women, men, 5s to 8s to 10s. Always great to have, because you can, as I say, the world is your gym. And then this is my foam roller. love a foam roller. I love a foam roller because we are like this 90% of the time.
Yeah, right.
Driving, not so
Mhm.
much.
Like doesn't that make you just want to sit up straight?
Right? So this is how we live. We live this, and I'm talking 20-year-olds up. So
Yeah.
when you lie lengthwise, head here, butt here, and you just let your arms go out to the side, oops, arms out to the side, that's all you need to do. That's the best part of this. And I have, I think, 10, 15 videos with me explaining how to use the foam roller. And in my daily doses of health, I use the foam roller a lot. And here's a tip. But most of the stuff that I ask people to get a ball, if you don't have a ball, a little squishy ball, get a pillow. Do you have a pillow? Do you have 2 cans of soup? It's all so, you have it. And that's why I started with the chair, because everybody's using a chair. So people have chairs. So what can you do with a chair that's fun other than sit in it? So that's really how this all came about. I'm like, what else could I do? What else? What's a use that you don't think of? But this is a fabulous thing. You can stand on it. You can jump on it. You can do push-ups. You can do planks. If you have an office chair with wheels, I always say put it against the wall. But there's just so many things that you can do around, outside, and in your home that make your home a perfect gym.
All right, so
Okay, so-
Conni, you have a 5 and 5 fit challenge.
Yes.
5 and 5. Everybody has 5 minutes.
Everybody has 5
We
minutes.
tell you, oh, you need to work out 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes at night and 30 minutes. Then we're like, oh my gosh, I don't have time for that. But you have 5 minutes in between appointments, in between Zoom calls, in between webinars that you're on. Even if you need to take your webinar and put it on, turn your video off and do your stuff right there, you're good to go. So give us your 5 in 5 movement for today.
All right. So I'm going to be really honest, and this is how I've done the entire time. I'm going to start my clock because I believe in keeping me accountable, but keeping you accountable because your time is important. Here we go, 5 minutes. All right. So you're going to sit down on your chair and we're just going to stretch. All right. So you're going to take your arms up to the ceiling, reach, and take them back down and around. Nice. And again, reach, inhale, breathe, and stretch. Good. And again, reach, inhale, make sure you have room around you, and stretch.
That's my thing. I'm like, I don't have room.
I know. Don't knock it over. And down. Good. You're going to take one arm down, one arm up, and stretch over. Ooh, feel that. Your hip is down, you're stretching, and come on up, and you're going to go to the other side. Stretch. And up one more time. Each time stretch. You can always take your hand here too if that's an issue. Good. And come on up, and then other side. Stretch and come on up. Good. Your hands are going to go on your knees, and you're going to look over one shoulder and over the other shoulder. Good. And look, let your eyes travel too, not just your head. And you notice if you take your eyes with you, you go a little further. And one more side stretch. And one more stretch. And back to center. Okay, good. Now you're going to open your legs a little bit wider, and you're like a coach, coaching your team. All right, you're going to put your elbows on your knees, and you're going to press against, this is an isometric kind of stretch. You're going to press those knees out, push out with your hands, and stretch out your back, flatten out your back.
Oh.
Ooh, nice back stretch, right? And now release. And again, flatten out the back, reach, reach, reach. That stretch opens your chest. Boy, that is so important for us. And back, and one more stretch. Reach, 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 and rest. Okay, we're going to do our squats. I love a staggered squat. That means one foot is in front of the other. I'm going to hinge forward, take my weight onto my legs, and I'm going to stand on them. And then come on down.
Oh, sorry. I
And
missed
again,
it.
stand up.
I can't stand up. I don't have no room.
And stand up, and then slowly down, because it's the descending that bothers people as they get older in their knees. Oh, my knees hurt. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you've had knee replacement, hip replacement. One more. And come on down. We're going to switch legs. Hinge, lift, and down, and lift, and down. One more, and lift, and hold. So I'm coming to the back end of my chair. I'm going to take one foot up on top of my chair. So this is called my psoas muscle. And this muscle is always flexed because I'm sitting. So I'm going to lean forward and take that arm up, going to hold onto my chair, and I'm going to stretch. And you should feel that stretch through the hip, whichever leg is forward. Nice. And then I'm just going to pull my hips back and straighten out my leg. Woohoo, that's your hamstrings. So if you're doing
are you stretching, Angel? Is it hurting?
A little bit.
I can't do mine because I don't have the room.
Be stretching. Good. Switch to the other side, other leg. Always do both. Lift up nice and tall. Arm is up. Reach, 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 reach. Good. And pull that hip back and stretch. Nice. There you go. It doesn't matter which one. You don't even have to reach. It's just really a flat back. Good. All right. So now we're going to go into a plank because we can. You're going to put your hands here on your chair. You're going to take your feet back. You're going to drop your shoulders. Keep that belly pulling in. Nice. And you're going to hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now I'm going to take my butt back. I'm just going to stretch. Nice. Getting that stretch through the back. Let's do it one more time. Come on back into your plank. Now this time you're going to bring your right knee into your chest. Hold it and put it back. And left leg in. Hold and put it back. And hold and put it back. One more. Hold and put it back. And come on back and stretch. Nice. Give that nice, nice stretch. Come on back down and sit. We're going to do our hip stretch, my favorite stretch, number 4 stretch. And I'm going to cross one ankle over the other leg. I'm going to sit up really tall. That's it. And now lean forward, flat back.
You know, Connie, this was one of the exercises you taught me a couple of months ago.
Yeah, so that's when you're sitting so much, our hips get tight, sciatic nerve goes through there, and quickly switch to your other side. Lift up tall, lean forward, feel that stretch in the hip. That's really, you can do this 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day. In between calls, after your water, after you go to the bathroom. So the reason I want you to drink water is because it makes you get up and go. There we go, 5.
That was it. That was 5
minutes.
Right. And she's got, so here's the thing that Connie has done for us because she knows how important this is. She has created 21 days of 5 or 6 videos a day for 21 days. She has them pre-recorded. She's created them. She's produced them. She's uploaded them. She's walking you, like she did all the behind the scenes production and has it all ready for you so that for 21 days, you can get in this habit of moving 5 or 6 times a day, just for 5 minutes. How do they sign up for that, Connie?
They go to absolutelygrounded.com. And then they click on that, and the first link that comes up, first bunch of videos is Get Fit in 5. They click on that, and from there they can sign up. But after 21 days,
I just want to keep moving.
No, after 21 days, you're going to want to jump into the membership site and start doing classes because people are like, I can't do that. And so my new program is called From the Couch to 15 and From the Couch to 30 Minutes. How do I go from someone who likes to be on the couch to becoming a person that likes to work out? So that's my new set of.
I like that.
Set of things.
Yeah,
so,
it's, you know, it's kind of a nice little, like a little carrot too, right? Okay, I'm not going to get on my next call until I do this. I'm not going to, right? You just build it in to create those daily, those little habits that say, okay, I can do this for 5 minutes.
I can do this. And some people have gotten so good, they say, you know what, I block out 30 minutes, I get up, I do my workout, and then I start working because I like to do that. Great. I love that. I love that. However, it's going to work for you. And honestly, if you can't do it every hour, so then you'll do a couple of them together. You know, there's no, it has to be this way. And I think that's what, if this year has taught us anything last year, it doesn't have to be anyway. Just show up.
Show up and move. Just move. Your vitamin M. Did you get your vitamin M?
Did you get your vitamin M today? And if you didn't, there's still time. At the end of the day, you know, some people are not morning people. I happen to be a morning person. I'm up early. I like to move and meditate and all that kind of stuff. Not everyone's that way. They like to do it later. Whatever's good for you, but make sure you put it in your day.
Conni, okay, hopefully our audience, do you see why we love her? Do you see what impact she is making in the world, right? As we are getting older, and of course we are sitting, we all have felt, if you're feeling Zoom fatigue, if you've said, like, I'm so zoomed out, I'm so tired of it, it's probably because you didn't get your vitamin M, and you need your dose of Conni every single day. I'm going to call you my vitamin C, right? Like, it's my vitamin C is my Conni time, because we all need it. You just feel a little healthier when you're around her, and it starts with your mind, but your body follows. And we need that every single day. Every single day it matters. And Conni,
I don't know about you, Angel.
excited.
I am a part of the Fit in 5 challenge. Are you part of the Fit in 5 challenge?
Of course. Yeah. Right. This is also like when you're around a community of people that are taking action, that are moving forward, right? Everybody is supporting each other, right? You've got a community of people that are lifting each other up. They're masterminding together. They're stage swapping. They're sharing resources, but we are supporting. We are the first to buy each other's books, right? We are the first to sign up for each other's courses. We are the first to go and share and refer out. And you want to be a part of a community that is doing that. You are not in this alone. Do not think that you have to build your business all alone. There are resources, and entrepreneurs, like, we love to share. We love to share our brilliance with each other because it's going to help you.
And why not? Because it's going to be lonely at the top. I for one, don't want to be the only one up there. I know, Angel, I know you don't want to be the only one up there. So why not have all of us up there at the top, all of us cheering each other on, bringing more and more and more entrepreneurs. Conni, we absolutely adore you. We always have you on the show. We implement you into our Connect Summit because she just helps us with that vitamin M. And yes, I agree, Angel. I think we should call her vitamin C now, because we all need a daily dose of vitamin C. 5 times a day for 5 minutes is all you need. 5 and 5.
6, 5, and 6.
It's 6 and 5.
But I'll take 5 and 5. Really. I'm very accommodating if that's all you're going to do. But the other thing for entrepreneurs is, if you are struggling in any way, ask. Don't be in this alone. Ask for help, because people will show up.
They do. They absolutely do. Well, this has been a really fun episode of the Angel and Tina Morning Show. Get you up, get you moving. The end of your week, right all into your weekend. Make sure you sign up.
I have a list of vitamins that I need to go buy.
Right? But sign up for this Fit in 5 challenge. It's like $29, $27, like
for 21
bucks.
Yeah. No excuses, right? No limits, no excuses. Let's just all go and move together, because we want to be on the beach with Conni when she goes and puts her toes in the sand. She does some really beautiful beachside Pilates, mat Pilates classes, and you definitely don't want to miss that. I'm Angel Tuccy. I am your media exposure specialist. We are so excited. Our Media Mastery Bootcamp is coming up February 5th through the 7th. If you are looking to get on more stages this year, visibility is in your wheelhouse, and you want to be ready for those call for speakers and those call for interviews. We want to spend 3 days helping you to get everything you need to be #media ready. You can sign up for your Media Mastery Bootcamp tickets when you go to makeyourbigimpact.com, makeyourbigimpact.com, and register to join us today for that 3-day intensive event.
You know, that's the Super Bowl weekend too.
Oh, it is. They're doing that?
They're doing it.
All right, I gotta. Yeah, who's playing?
I don't know.
Yeah, see, I haven't followed football this year
at
all.
I'm not a football player. I'm a football fan, but I am Tina Torres, your client retention expert, otherwise known as the gratitude specialist. And if you're struggling with attracting the right clients or knowing how to connect to them, or even if you just don't know how to convert them into clients, I have a complimentary guide that I help you grow your audience organically, online and offline. Connect and nurture those relationships authentically, and then learn how to take those relationships and turn them into paying clients. You can grab that guide if you text the word connection to 26786. That is the word connection to 26786. And if you have not yet, bought your Beyond Gratitude book, you can still do so. Go to beyondgratitudebook.com. It has all of the strategies to attract, connect, and convert those prospects. We are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, where we come to you every weekday morning live at 11 a.m. Eastern. We hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. Conni, we love you so much. Go get your Fit in 5 challenge today. Get your vitamins and start today. Don't wait till next month. Don't wait till Monday. Start today. Have a great day, guys.